Or live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Please just drop your name in the chat so we know that where you're at. And I'm so excited today to have Nikki Soto on this call and to just like pour into you all and help you get better at accomplishing and executing your reels for social media. Now, when we think about like video, trust me, I know I've been there, but we're going to help you get through that today with our time together. So I'm going to turn this over to Danielle and Nikki. And Nikki, I just want you to know I am so blessed to have you in my world. Thank you so much for doing such a great job with my social media and our videos and all that fun stuff. So today, guys, I'm just going to share Nikki with you and the world, and let's see what kind of traction that we can make with y'all.
Thanks, Kelly. I'm going to jump in and let you guys know, besides this class, which is obviously held virtual, we have an in-person power video class that has a little bit different content that Kelly's going to be teaching in Mesa, Arizona next week. I'm going to drop the details in the comments. So if you're interested, shoot us a quick text to our home loan hotline and I will make sure that you're registered.
Okay, all right, Nikki, I think it's all you, girl. Take it away.
All right, I'm removing both of you now, and I'm going back to me. Hello. Okay. Hi, friends. My name is Nikki Soto, and I'm going to be talking all about Reels and short form video. And so I have just a little housekeeping. I know more are going to kind of straggle in, so I'll kind of reset the room every few minutes here. But I have a presentation that I'm going to go on, and then I'm going to share my phone screen, and I'm going to really dive in deep on the technical aspect. So going into Reels and TikTok, and then my favorite video editing. So things that I am passionate about is explaining this in a way that's very easy to understand. And when you explain it in a way that's very easy to understand, it takes a little bit longer. So I've taught about Reels and short form video for going on 4 years now. I was on the ground floor when Reels was released, and I was really that thought leader to my community, educating real estate professionals specifically around the changes that are happening and like how we know social media as a whole is going to evolve and be different. And so over the last 4 years, as you all know, social media, again, it's changed dramatically, right? What the logos, right? The logos have changed. What content gets put in front of us, the layout, it's all completely different. And so even today, we are experiencing new updates and changes week over week, especially on Instagram. And so it's very hard, even if you feel like you've been diligently doing Reels, they are constantly changing, and short form video as a whole is just changing. So this class, so all of this to say, right, this class can easily take up 2 hours, and I'm going to go as long as you guys want me to go. This class is being recorded. You will get sent all the people on here will be sent the recording of the class, and then I am available for any questions that you have. We're monitoring the chat to be able to answer questions, and I'm going to do my best. I've got 3 screens and a phone going, so I'm just going to kind of try to manage that all. So let's get into the presentation. I do talk very fast, so I'm watching the comments. Tell me to slow down. Tell me if you need me to go back a slide. Tell me if something didn't make sense, and all of that. So let's go ahead and share my screen here. All right, so just let me know if you cannot hear me or if anything you can't see. But if you can see my Reels for Realtors presentation, here's me. This is what I look like. This is what I normally look like. I normally like to have my hair nice and silver. I purposely dye my hair gray. So I'm Nikki Soto. For the last 4 years, in 2019, I had a baby, and I chose to grow a business. I don't know why I would ever choose to do that, but I successfully grew a 6-figure business over the last 4 years, helping solopreneurs in the real estate space with their video marketing with a heavy emphasis on short form video. I'm very passionate about short form. I digest information better with short form. I understand the attention spans have evolved to even shorter than they once were before. So I prefer short form, and I understand how it works on an algorithm scale across all social platforms. So I've been in the real estate industry for going on 7 years. I think actually going on 8, and then I've spent 5 in mortgage marketing. So I have joined forces with the KellyZtilowGroup. We share the same why. Her why is so big in educating people on the mortgage process through video, and my why is so big in educating small businesses about the importance of video. So that's really a little bit about me. And if you've come to one of Kelly's webinars or classes before, you haven't seen me. I'm very much behind the scenes, but every video that you see on Kelly's profile, every video that you see on Kelly's YouTube, every TikTok that you see, any video you see is me. All right, so the social shift of video marketing. As you know, you've seen this evolution, and you can put in the comments if you are, let me know how experienced you are when it comes to video. Do you prefer YouTube? Do you prefer long form? Do you dabble in Reels? Are you heavy on TikTok? Where do you prefer to put out your content? And what questions do you have so I can make sure I hit these points and make this a valuable time that you're spending? So I to be honest, I really get sick of talking about pre-pandemic and post-pandemic because it's everywhere, right? We just made a video about the pandemic forced student loan, forbearance is ending. Here's what you need to know, right? The pandemic, the pre-pandemic and post-pandemic of social media. I see a lot of people, and I don't mean to be disrespectful, but a lot of people that aren't millennials and Gen Z, right? So generations above that did not grow up on social media still behave like their social media is from 2018, right? And so that's where I'm talking about that social shift. Once that pandemic hit, we were stuck at home and we had nothing to do but just scroll on our phones. And we developed this special connection with people on the other side of the screen, and our screen time skyrocketed, and we still have yet to really see that come down. So if you are a scroller, right, a mindless scroller, you can feel like you spend 10 minutes on TikTok, but it's been an hour, because that movement, the value, the entertainment piece it shaves off time. It feels like no time has come by at all. And it also develops a stronger connection with people we are watching. I don't know about you, but with me, I don't like to leave my house. I like to be a homebody. I don't like to go out and meet people. I don't like to network. I've already done that. I've been through that. But I feel like I know people through social media. I have friends through social media. I stay up to date on what's in their life through social media. I'm not one that picks up the phone and calls Danielle and says, Danielle, what's new? I haven't seen you in a year. Tell me what's new. I'm going to either DM, respond to stories, or social stalk you online to feel like I feel connected with you. And that's what we're seeing, those relationships with our kids, right? Our kids, or even ourselves, we're not connected as we once were, and we've become dependent on social media to tell us what's new with our friends' lives. So that's what I mean by pre-pandemic and post-pandemic changes. That once TikTok had been out since 2015, 2016, and it was actually called Musical.ly, and then it didn't really blow up again until the pandemic, and then Reels was released right smack during the pandemic, and then Facebook Reels was released a year and a half later. So all of this is still very new. Even though it's been out for 3-4 years now, it's still very new and continuously evolving. So the prioritization of video content. When you go on your phone, and things have changed a little bit, right? When you go on your phone, you're going to see a mix of videos and posts. but whatever you choose to engage with is what's going to be put more in front of you. And the algorithms have become so intelligent. And whatever anyone has to say about Mark Zuckerberg, I find him to be an extremely intelligent person, albeit maybe I don't believe in his privacy policy practices. But as far as his tech intelligence, nobody comes close to him. And he's developed this algorithm that is, if I want to watch a video about kids' crafts, I'm going to see nothing but kids' crafts. If I'm trying to make my grocery list for the week and I'm watching some easy DIY recipes, I'm going to see nothing but DIY recipes we are telling these social media platforms what we want to see. And because they make money on our views, our attention span, right? Social media isn't free. It costs our attention and our distraction. It keeps us on there longer so they can make more money. That's really what it comes to it. But when we talk about, and I'm going to stop this share so I can do my gestures, right? I like to gesture. So let me go here and let me just remove this for a second. So the funnel, the social media funnel, we have outreach and we have to reach people who we are not following, right? The only way to grow on social media is to get in front of people who are not currently following you. So we have the wide and our outreach, our reels, our short form video is what does that outreach. It gets pushed to a mass amount of audience and then it kind of hones in. They discover us. They like what we talk about. We provide something of value or entertainment. Then they click on our name and they go to our page and they get nurtured by our regular content and posts, and then nurtured further by our stories, our behind the scenes, our more personal content. And then our long form video is really what causes sales. That's what causes people to reach out and pick up the phone. So yes, reels can lead to lead generation, but that's where it starts, right? And then the funnel leads them into what's going to be making the calls to get them to write so they want us to write our loans, or they want us to be their realtor of choice when they go and look for homes. So that's kind of that funnel, how that funnel works. It's all necessary. What should you focus on? Which platform should you focus on? The short answer is them all. And we're going to talk about how you can effectively create that omnipresence and be seen across multiple platforms without spending hours on video marketing and editing and making multiple videos to post to different sites and all of that stuff. So back to the presentation. Here we go. So the only way, and this is a picture of my insights from June to July. My insights look different today, but this one was jaw-dropping, right? So I had to include a screenshot of this one. And this is typically a video that pops off, one of the videos that go viral, or one of the videos that get a massive amount of exposure. You can see from my insights, these are Instagram insights. And I have this because I have a professional profile on Instagram. And we're not going to go really too deep into that, the different types of profiles, unless you have questions, and then I can go into that at the end. But I have a professional profile, professional Instagram account, which gives me access to these insights for free. So you can see, and just to say what I have, I think I have 5,300 followers on Instagram. So my content is only reaching 1,000 of those followers. So just because you have 1,000, 2,000, 3,200 followers, that doesn't mean everybody can see your content. We have to make this content be put in front of them. And we'll talk about that a little later too. But the only way I was pushed out to non-followers was this dark blue line reels, right? So I got put in front of 23,000 non-followers, which is what's going to ultimately contribute to my exposure, my growth, and my reach on social media. And another thing to note as well, I may talk about this later, so if I'm redundant and I reiterate, I apologize. But when somebody watches your video at least halfway through, whether they comment, whether they like, as long as they watched it, Every video that you put out is going to get put in front of them. That's the best part about video, is the recirculation piece. So if Danielle puts out a video and I watch that video, or if Kelly puts out a video and I watch that minute-long video, every time, and I'm not a follower, I didn't like and I didn't comment, it's going to get put in front of me every time, because again, I've let the algorithm know that I'm interested in that content. So just because it doesn't grow overnight, just because you don't get enough likes and comments to make you feel warm and fuzzy, know that it's working, and consistency is the only key when it comes to organic marketing. Organic takes a lot longer than paid. And what we're talking about strictly is organic video marketing here. All right, so whether we talk about Facebook, whether we talk about Instagram, whether we talk about YouTube, whether we talk about TikTok, whatever social platform we're talking about, the number one contributing factor to the algorithm and how it's performing for you is watch time. As long as eyes are on your content, when they scroll and they stop to watch or read, the clock starts. And that's when they start to take notice of if somebody is paying attention to your content. So that's where we'll talk about the type of content to post, but that's where content is so important, that it's of value and that it is tailored to the type of person that you want to reach. I'm not a fan of viral content. One, viral content brings out the absolute worst in people. The trollest of the trolls come out with viral content, and they're hateful and they're mean, and I don't have thick skin. So my content that is nurturing and tailored to my niche is going to perform better in the long run, because my niche, the people who I want to serve, I desire to serve, and who I can serve are what's going to keep food on my table. So think about that when it comes to curating content. The watch time is what matters, that people are watching it. Whether they're engaging or not, the watch time leads the pack. So why Reels? Why short form video? So what I love about, I have a love-hate relationship with these in-app editing platforms, but they have put in time and resources so we can make professional looking videos without needing to hire a videographer. Now, some of you on here want to do it on your own, but some of you on here want to outsource it. So we're going to talk about both of those. But just for now, they've never made it easier to make quick and professional looking videos than with these editing platforms within these social sites. Exposure, just as I showed you before, you create it. I mean, you can talk for 15 seconds and reach hundreds of thousands of people at times, millions even, like we talked about going viral. But it's you're going to get 500 views, 1,000 views, 2,000 views on a video versus 3, 5, 10 likes on a post. That exposure increases about 5 to 6 times more on a reel than a regular post. And that's because they're putting reels in more places than they're putting posts. Evolution of video content, right? 95% of information is retained through video, and major advertisers have shifted the way that they do their marketing, right? We see Burger King commercials doing TikTok dances to reach more people and engage more with their audience, because that's what they're seeing. We see these big brands, right? Windows, McDonald's, choose to engage with people on TikTok and leave comments because it spikes up, their exposure and their reach. It pushes them out into more people. So we can follow these major billion-dollar companies in what they're doing and where they're spending their time and how they're choosing to market, and follow suit. And then selling. You appeal to your audience's attention span by keeping your message short and sweet. When we think of short form, so let's talk about Kelly for a second. Again, I like to look at you. I can't see you, but you can see me. So when you think of Kelly Zitlow, she has a large presence on YouTube by doing one YouTube video per week. And with short form, we do about 3 to 4 a week. Again, to be consistent, we have to do more short form than long form to reach more people, if that makes sense. So we are selling on YouTube through long form content, and then I will put shorts out. I'll repurpose our reels and I'll put them on as shorts on YouTube. But our Instagram is heavy reels because the insights are showing that our reach is blowing up and we're reaching thousands more people versus the strategy that was implemented before I was here. Okay, back to the presentation. Okay, so your audience wants to see your content. And when I think of the amount of people, right? So if we have 1,000 followers on Facebook, 1,000 friends on Facebook, 1,000 followers on Instagram, whatever that number is, and we know these people personally, we are likely to get maybe 25% of that total number to engage with our content. I call those the cheerleaders. So about 25% of people will cheerlead, will cheer us on, will give us those likes, will give us those comments. 75% of your followers are, quote, social stalking you. They're absorbing your content, they're looking at it, they're watching it, but for whatever reason, they don't choose to engage. Either they don't want you to know that they're watching, or they're busy, or they're distracted, or whatever. But then you'll run into those people at the grocery store or at a networking event or wherever, and they'll make a comment like, hey, I see your social media content. It looks great. And then you're thinking, well, you could give me throw me a bone sometime, give me a like or a comment, make me feel good. Those notifications are a dopamine hit to us. And so if we post content and we're really proud of it and it took us a long time and we only get 10 likes, our ego feels defeated because that dopamine hit didn't hit us. We didn't get enough notifications for that dopamine hit to feel like it did anything, right? But just know 75% of your followers who are watching your content are lurking. They're lurkers, and they're not going to engage, but they are watching. I promise you. So realtors who choose to incorporate video content into their marketing strategy are likely to have more hits on listings, have sellers choose them over someone who doesn't use video, and get more eyes on their listings. So here is a breakdown of some statistics according to HubSpot Media in 2021. So we're looking at 2021 statistics. 73% of homeowners say they are more likely to list with an agent who uses video. 403% more inquiries are driven from listings with video. 90% of people, this was in my previous slide, right? 90% of people say they want to see videos from businesses they love, i.e. you are the face of your business, and people want to get to know you personally and professionally. So now I'm gonna stop here for a second. When it comes to showing you on video, all right, I gotta look at you again. When it comes to showing up on social media on video, the question I get asked a lot of questions, but one of the big questions I get asked is, should I do personal or should I do professional? What's the proper ratio to do? If gun to my head, if somebody was like, you need to choose this ratio, I would say 60% personal, 40% business. That's what I would say. Other professionals would say 80-20. Other professionals would say 50-50. I think this is why I say 60-40. If our profile is nothing but lip sync videos and happy hours and brunches and kids, we've done a good job at showcasing who we are as a person and maybe become likable, right? Oh, that person is so funny. I could totally go grab a drink with her. I want to get brunch with you. But we've done no job at establishing or building trust. And then on the flip side, if our profile looks too professional, looks too perfect, then we've done a good job at establishing trust and making people feel like we know what we're talking about. But then we almost feel robotic, right? Is that person real? Are they too perfect? And there's no kind of personal side to attach them to choose us over somebody else that we also feel knows their stuff, right? So that's why I say 60-40. You need to be likable and be trustable. Both are necessary. And so when I talk about creating a video marketing strategy, I'm going to incorporate both of these pieces. All right, and the last statistic I have is videos on social media generate 1,200% more shares than posts with images. And where people are sharing these to is their stories in DMs to people, right? Like my husband and I communicate via DM on Instagram. We send each other videos all day long of wiener dogs, of food, of Disneyland. Like I am on Disney TikTok and I never want to get off of it. I share nothing, view nothing, watch nothing but Disney videos all day long. All right, my favorite part, and I have been screaming this from the rooftop for 2 years, and I'm going to give myself a pat on the back for this one because you're just starting to see people realize this. TikTok videos are Google searchable. If you search something, you're going to see the YouTube videos, obviously, because they're related, right? They are owned by one another. They're affiliated. But TikTok videos, they're too big for them not to show up on Google searches. So when you go on a Google search, you are likely to have TikTok videos be put in front of you. And what does that mean? That means when you post on TikTok, those videos are likely to show up on Google searches. So knowing keywords, knowing what people are searching is going to be very important with this piece. This is a huge jaw-dropping piece of information that's going to, again, help you with your omnipresence being found across multiple platforms online. All right, so how can you capitalize on this? Step one, know your audience. Back to what I said, we're not just putting out content to put out content. We want to put out tailored content that fits a particular niche that we want to go after, right? The rhymes are there for a reason. Niches are in the riches. The riches are in the niches, excuse me. The riches are in the niches. That rhyme is there for a reason. So who do you desire to work with? Who do you enjoy working with? Where do you have experience in? And what do you want to be known for? You know what I mean? Really understand that. And as Kelly Zitlow would say, know your why. Know why you want to make videos. Who do you want to serve? And make sure that why is bigger than your excuses. Because with video, it is very easy to get burnt out. And I have experienced burnout more than once. I get burnt out all the time, and batching content and knowing your why is what's going to get you through those humps of, I don't want to do this anymore. It's not working. I'm not seeing anything. My ego is bruised. Somebody copied my content, blah, blah, blah. Visualize who your ideal client is, know what they Google, and take action and remain consistent. So I'm going to share. Can I go to another window here? No, I can't. All right. I'm going to stop my share and I'm going to go to a website that we talked about. I'm going to go to a couple different websites and show you how you can see what people are Googling. So let me go present. Let's go stop screen. All right, present. Share screen. Let's just do the entire screen. Let's do this entire screen. Share. All right. So here's me. Sorry, that's going to be really busy. All right. So I'm in this this window here called. I'm going to go to answerthepublic.com. I put spaces. I didn't mean to do that. So can you put in the comments that you can see answerthepublic.com so I know? Okay, I'm on my screen too, so I can see it. All right, so here's a website, and it's a free website called answerthepublic.com. You get 3 free daily searches per 24 hours. So if I go moving out of state, let's just do my last one, and I go search. This is what it's going to look like. It's going to populate the top Google search phrases and exactly what they typed in. So when you are making videos, when you're creating your hooks, when you're inputting your video titles, you can put them exactly like this. So is moving out of state a good idea? See how that's a darker red? That means that's more searched than my son is moving out of state. That's less searched because it's a lighter, more transparent red. So if we're looking at the darker sections, is moving out of state a good idea? Does moving out of state affect alimony? So if you are targeting divorcees or I don't know what you would call that, blended families, broken homes, whatever you call that, right? You can incorporate this into your video strategy. How to move out of state. What moving companies move out of states. When moving out of state, what do I need to do? So these are all, again, this is exactly the words that people are using to search on Google. So take some ideas, search 3 times a day, or pay for the site, whatever. I don't think it's too expensive, but I'm frugal McDougal, and I don't pay for things unless I absolutely have to. So everything I can do for free 99, I'm going to do. So that's one website that we use regularly. The other website I'm going to show you is called Answer Socrates, or Answer Socrates, if you need to know how to spell it. And it's the same thing, right? It's this, to my knowledge, this doesn't have a limit on how many titles that you can search, but I'm going to do the same thing, right? Moving out of state. And then it's going to, again, populate the most searched Google phrases. And are all of them going to be good? No. Oh, wait, great. No, I'm glad I love when things don't work. Okay, well, let's try Arizona real estate. Let's see if that works. All right, if it doesn't work, you get the idea. This is another website that you can use for more searches that doesn't cost any money, but then you get things like this where it doesn't work. So I'm going to go back to here, and I'm going to stop my screen. Remove. Okay, here I am again. All right, now going back to my presentation. So, it's not you, it's the server. Well, thank you. I'm glad it's not me, because I have done enough user error this week that I don't want to worry about it anymore. All right, so let's go back to my presentation, and we're going to address the elephant in the room. The one they pay me the big bucks for, the one they pay me to handle. All right, so present. Present. Slides. Well, why isn't it letting me now? Okay, I'll just go back to my screen here. All right, here I am again. All right, so the big elephant in the room is the mindset around video. I don't like how I look. I don't like how I sound. I've gained weight. I sound like a mouse, right? Like Kelly will talk about when she has this eye thing, and she does. And I noticed it before she kind of pointed it out, but it didn't make me be like, oh, Kelly has this eye thing when she makes videos. I look away a lot. I don't make complete eye contact. So that, you know what I mean? We know these things about ourselves. When we hear ourselves on voicemail, we hate how we sound. There's all of these excuses of why we can make the video, but we can't press post, or why we can't make the video, or why we take after take after take, because of how we feel about ourselves, right? I understand that video is 90% mindset, and we're going to come up with more excuses, but that's where it comes back to the why and the fact that social media is not about you. Your own social media is not about you. It's about your audience, and it's about who you can help, who you can provide value to. If you want to help seniors, right? If you want to help seniors transition to assisted living and sell their homes, seniors are one of the largest groups that get taken advantage of, right? They are the biggest group for financial fraud, for elder abuse, whatever. And because of our own insecurity, we are choosing not to be there for that community to help them, because I promise you, they're on social media. That's the only way they can stay in touch with their grandkids. We've all evolved to be on a screen, whether it's a computer screen, whether it's a phone screen, whether it's texting, whatever. We've all evolved to that, to stay in touch with our family. And so we have a fiduciary responsibility to show up for people that we desire to serve and help them, because there is so much misinformation about whatever type of group of person that you want to help, right? There are people who just post to stir up crap, right? They just stir it up just for the clicks and the comments. And it's up to us to tell people what's real and what's not real so they can make an informed and educated decision. And we can't do that if we're too strung off about a hair out of place or a nasally sounding voice. They're not looking at what you're looking at. They're not watching your video over and over and over, nitpicking every little thing like you are. And that's the soapbox. That's my TED Talk about that. Video is 90% mindset. I get it. Get an accountability buddy, get a coach, come in here and talk to me, Kelly, Danielle, any of us, and we will get you through that mindset hump until it becomes second nature to you and you don't hear or see the things. All right, so here's my tips for getting comfortable on camera. Obviously, when you look good, you feel good. So dress up. I did this thing for a while to show people that it didn't matter what you looked like. So I would always make my videos with my hair in a pineapple bun, no makeup, pajamas, whatever. And then people started saying that they didn't take me so seriously because I wasn't showing up in a professional way. So I stopped that, but also go back to it from time to time, just if like a lazy girl marketing, I call it. So when you look good, you feel good. So dress up, wear an outfit that you like, get a new outfit, get your hair done, whatever will make you feel good. So then show up on camera and you feel like you look better. Start small. This is my $1 million advice here. You don't have to do the video in one take. You can go one thought at a time, especially if you're not doing it scripted. If you are just like, I'm going to talk about first-time home buyer mistakes, and I'm going to talk about 5 bullet points about, credit or first-time home buyers or whatever. I can say my hook, right? Here are the 5 mistakes that here are the 5 mistakes to avoid if you're a first-time home buyer. Okay. Now I'm going to step back and I'm going to get my next thought. Step number 1, do not quit your job. When you're in the middle of the home loan process. Okay. There's point 1, step back, gather my thoughts and say my next thought clear, versus if I'm shooting my video like this, that's a lot harder to edit out than the dead space in between the main points. Confidence is key. Even if you don't feel it, make your voice complete one thought at a time. And that makes the message sound confident and, and secure. It's whole. It's a whole comment, but you don't have to do the whole thing in one take. It's exhausting. You get over it. There's decision fatigue. You're mentally exhausted, all of those things. Just start small, one complete thought at a time. Warm up, shake it off. Think about it in your head. Like sometimes I'll talk quietly, like how I'm going to talk like this, and I'll kind of talk through it real quietly. And then I'll say it to the camera. And then I'll kind of talk through my thoughts real quietly and say them out loud. And then I'll say it confidently out loud. So warm up, take a few takes and then go for it. Don't reshoot and reshoot and reshoot. It's usually your first take is the best. Maybe the second take is the best. And then done is better than perfect. This one, if my girl Shay is on this call, I don't know if you are Shay, but this point is for you. Done is better than perfect. If anyone is perfectionists in the room, we're going to perfectionist rehab. I've had to go through perfectionist rehab, and we're all going to get through it together to do done is better than perfect. Okay? Repeat that in your mantra, in your journal every day. Done is better than perfect. All right, so here's some examples that I have for real ideas that are, again, going to create that all-encompassing trustability, professional and personal, entertaining, that kind of thing. So property tours, just like we showed in the statistic, if we know 403% of sellers are likely to use someone who's doing listing tours, and 1,200% of more shares are going to come from property tours, why am I not going to do property tours, right? So property tours, you had to do virtual tours during the pandemic. You're already very familiar with that piece. So just listeds, open houses, you can put a little spin on it, right? Guess the price of my new listing in Goodyear, Arizona. Here's what you can get in Scottsdale, Arizona for under $1 million. Those types of things. Those are hooks that will entice and pique curiosity to get people to watch them through their entirety, right? Education and how-tos. These are going to be those very nurturing pieces of content. The number 2, right? These are going to show up on Google searches. They might not go viral. They might not get thousands and thousands of views, but they are going to hit the right person that it needs to hit. Then you have humor, right? The entertaining piece. We go online to learn and to be entertained, to be honest. Those are the 2 things. We want to learn something and we want to be entertained. I saw this meme. It said, we read fiction because real life sucks, right? I'm watching humorous videos because real life sucks. And I want to watch funny, lighthearted, not serious videos. So what people think realtors do versus what we actually do, right? There's that big stigma of, especially when the homes were selling like hotcakes, right? Well, all you did was put a for sale sign in my yard, right? So that's what people think I do. Put the sale sign in the yard and then shake my sold sign, versus running around like a chicken with my head cut off and 2 phones to my head and, staying up late at night and waking up, taking a shower and then getting out and checking my computer, all of those things, right? You're working on vacation. You're working from eyes up to eyes closed. You can have a little fun with that. How I feel when my buyers quit before closing, or how I feel when they show up in a brand new BMW before closing, during the process, you can have a little fun with that. I know you've all experienced that. And then trends. And especially for the people who are newer to video, especially short form video, when I say trends, I mean the same like soundbite that you hear over and over. So like every Taylor Swift song, every Olivia Rodrigo song, whatever her name is, right? Those are very trendy songs right now, very sound bites, right? So like the one that always comes to mind, my favorite is like, wow, you're crazy girl. And I'm doing a lip sync over that sound. And then the text on the screen says something like, when people tell me they can't buy a home with 7% interest rates, or tell me that 7% interest rates are affecting them from buying a home. And then in my caption, I can explain that there's opportunity in this market and there are buy down options, and explaining our lender paid buy down option and stuff like that. We can have fun and be lighthearted, humorous, helping that personal side while also educating. I call it infotainment, right? So it's entertainment while providing information and education. Infotainment. Okay, so this is the algorithm for Instagram specifically. So it's Reels for Realtors. I'm talking about Instagram Reels algorithm. These are important things to incorporate and include in your Reels. The sound selection matters. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to die on this hill. A trending audio attached to all of your videos is going to help the performance of your video every time. Time limit, start small. If you have not posted a video ever or in a while, it'll behoove you to do a 15-second, a 20-second video first, or do a couple short videos to give the algorithm time to understand what your content is, who it should be in front of, what it's about, and that people are watching it through its entirety, versus if you come out the gates with a minute and a half long video and people are exiting after 20 seconds, that's telling the algorithm that people are not interested in your content, so they're going to suppress it. So start with small videos first, do a couple of shorter videos first, and then come out with an educational longer video so they know that your content was worth watching before and it's likely to still perform. Saves and shares. The more saves and shares you get on your content, the more they're going to put it in front of other people. So watch time is important, but you know what I mean? Like when we talk about the algorithm scale, watch time, saves and shares, comments, likes. Likes are at the bottom of the barrel. Comments are just about as bottom. Engagement is important, but you can hide likes, you can hide comments, you can buy likes. Those don't carry the weight that they did, again, pre-pandemic. We were very concerned with the likes on our content, and the likes don't weigh as heavy as the value that it's being saved and it's being shared to other people, and it's going to perform much better if they're of value. And then features within the app. Now, This is something that I don't typically do because I don't edit my videos inside the apps. I actually absolutely despise the in-app editors. And like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with them. I edit my videos outside of Instagram. It helps me be able to upload to all the different channels without needing to remove the watermark or save the video before. You know, obviously there are different ones. It won't always be able to do that. But when I can, I make my videos outside of the apps and outside of the social media apps. But features within the apps, if you use the green screen, if you use the filters, if you use the captions, stuff like that, the video, when they know the video was made inside the platform, they push it out to more people. These are the absolute no-nos. Just as important to know what to do, it's important to know what not to do. No watermarks, no TikTok watermarked videos posted on Instagram. They will suppress it because they are competitors. They are not affiliated with one another. In fact, Instagram pretty much copied TikTok to its entirety with all of its features and all of its, you know, you could make 10-minute TikToks now. You can make 10-minute reels. You know what I mean? They are copying TikTok. They don't want anything TikTok on their platform. So no watermarked videos. Make sure your videos have good lighting and high resolution. The back of your camera is always going to be the best for that. I'm also not a fan of Android. So sorry, Android users, your front camera sucks. Use the back of your camera for the highest resolution. And then text out of frame. And what I mean by that, I'm going to stop my screen. I'm going to stop my screen really quick so you can see me gesture. You have this much room to make your reel, but when it gets posted, it goes like this. It shrinks. And so if you know you have this much and you're putting text at the very top or at the very bottom, when it gets posted, it shrinks and then there's text up and down. So if your captions or if your descriptive words, if your text is out of frame, people can't read what it is and they're just going to scroll on by, right? Another thing to note is something like 80 to 85% of videos are watched without sound. So if you are talking, if it is a talking video, absolutely have to have captions with your video to make sure that the people who are watching the videos while they're in meetings or around their loud kids or, you know, in school meetings, you know, whatever, right? Wherever people are watching videos where they shouldn't be, they're watching them without sound. And so as long as you have captions, people can follow along with what you're saying. Okay. Let's see. What do I have? What else do I have here? All right. So I have 2 more slides and then I'll get to some questions. So let me go ahead and add to stage. Go back to my presentation. All right. So here's my checklist. Take a camera shot, a photo. Geez Louise. Take a photo of this slide. Again, you're going to get access to this and this recording, but choose your preferred platform. Choose the platform that you want to make a bigger impact on, right? So like for me, I have, I think almost 15,000 followers on TikTok, but my priority is Instagram. I have less followers on Instagram, but that's my funnel. That's why I want to direct people to, because I have more content, more valuable content on that platform. Whereas Kelly Zitlow, her funnel is going to end at YouTube. She monetizes YouTube. She gets we get something like 30 leads a month from YouTube, and so we're going to direct people more to her YouTube channel. That's where her funnel is going to end there. So choose the preferred platform. In-app edits and finishing touches. So again, like I said, I usually will edit my videos outside of the platform, and then maybe I'll add like a little touch to the video inside the app, so the app knows I made the video in there. So like maybe I'll add a GIF to it, or I'll add a text box to help the dictation to let them know what the content's about. Before you post, work smarter. Download the video. If you're going to make it inside the app, you need to download it before you post it, so it downloads without a watermark, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. And then make it searchable. So when I say make it searchable, everything, again, the evolution of social media, everything has become an optimization piece. Every word you write, every word that you every word that you type on the screen, every word that your audio transcribes, it all gets into this formula and becomes the in-app searchability. So Instagram has its own search engine optimization. It doesn't affect Google search engine optimization as heavy as it does Instagram search engine optimization, where you get found on explore pages and your audio performs better and it gets put in front of people that they feel would be most interested in your content. The more descriptive you can be, the hashtags, all of that, the better. And then here's my last slide, and let's get to some questions. My favorite, again, take a photo of this, but again, you'll get the presentation. My favorite user-friendly free editing apps are InShot and CapCut, and these you can do both on iPhone and Android. CapCut has a desktop editing feature too. I don't do too much desktop editing. I do mostly phone editing, but if the phone screen is too small, just know CapCut has a desktop website that you can edit your videos on as well. The only app I use to add captions to my video is called Captions. It is for iPhone only, and it is $8 a month. Back to what I said, I'm frugal McDougal. I'm not going to pay for something. The two things that I am non-negotiable going to pay for is this Captions app and Canva. I use Canva every day and this Captions app with every one of my videos. The KellyZtilowGroup has a partnership with Story, and every video webinar that we have talked about before, we talk about Story. So every YouTube video that you see, Story is editing, and Story edits a lot of the reels, but I've kind of come into that role because it's a big passion of mine. But you can get a free video edit when you schedule a call with Story. So that's the QR code to go to their website and then book a call with them if you don't want to do it on your own, right? If this all sounds overwhelming, you want to do it, you have the means to pay for it, go with a video editor like Story. We have nothing but great things to say about them. All right, so let's stop the screen. Let's go to the comment section. We are approaching this hour, so I want to let you know that this is only an hour-long webinar, but I'm going to stay as long as you guys want me to stay, and I'm going to go to my phone, share my screen, and do some editing and showing you how I upload to all these different sites and stuff. So, okay, let's go to the top here. Hello, everybody from Phoenix. Hello, Phoenix. Colorado. I want to move to Colorado. I prefer live, natural, conversational. Yeah, so what I like to say is when you are making talking videos, right? Not trends, not lip syncs, not where whatever you're filming, right? But if you are talking to the camera, imagine you are just talking to one person. The videos that perform really, really well are usually where it is very conversational, where it's not, not too fancy words or too professional sounding, right? It's just, we're having a conversation. It's like we're on FaceTime. It makes a stronger connection and it's authentic, right? That's what we crave. We crave authenticity because we know everything on social media is a lie. So if somebody can make us feel comfortable, make us feel like they're speaking directly to us, it's only going to create a stronger connection, like they feel like they know us already and we're just chatting like we're old friends. Absolutely. Brand new to video. I do shorter videos on Instagram, YouTube. Great. Keep it up. Keep going. It's funny, like how Facebook will show you your memories. My memories pop up every day. I'm very active on all platforms. And so I see the videos that I used to do, right? Where I'm just like holding up my phone and the camera is just shaking. And it's just like, right, when we hold our phone like this and we're talking, we're gesturing, it's shaking and it's very dizzy to the viewer. That was very much me. I was very much like okay, just getting started. Awesome. Brand new. Awesome. Okay, so we got some noobs. Okay, so hopefully you found this introduction to be pretty understandable and user-friendly. Is 5 shorts per week too much? No, as long as you can do it consistently. So if you're a person and you say, I'm committed to doing 5 a week, you have to do 5 a week for a good 90 days to 6 months, 90 to 180 days. So if you are saying, I want to do 5 videos a week, and then you do 5 for 2 weeks, and then you don't do any for a week, and then you do 2 the next week, that's inconsistent. So whatever a consistent schedule looks like for you is okay. There's no such thing as too much. I used to do 3 videos a day because especially when video first started, when any type of new feature first starts, they're going to overexploit it. They're going to overly prioritize it so more people jump on it. So I was doing like 3 videos a day. Again, I got burnt out. I've been burnt out for quite a while. I didn't post videos for 3 straight months. And then I decided to do 2 videos a week at this point of more like tutorials, how to do certain stuff, how to add funky text effects, how to, you know, change your voice and do stupid stuff like that. Because taking from questions that I've received, that's kind of my schedule. So no, it's not too much as long as you can consistently do it. Saw him live in Vegas. Past was amazing. Great. Dumb question. How do you find out what the trending audio is? Not a dumb question, Kayla. It's my favorite question. I love talking about trending audio. So I'm going to show you that in just a second. There are several ways to find it. And so like what I, again, love, hate is there's several ways to do one thing. And so it's like, I'm going to show you all the different ways and you find the one that works for you. What video editor do you use? InShot and CapCut are my favorites. InShot's my first favorite. CapCut's my second favorite. InShot, I feel, is more user-friendly, especially for beginners. CapCut, you can do more advanced effects, again, for free, free 99. What do you recommend for captions on Android? CapCut and InShot both have in-app captions additions, right? So if you are editing your video in one of those 2 platforms, you can add captions to it for free, not for $8 a month. Green screen demo, new green screen. Yep. Okay, I'll show you the green screen. Yep, learning so much I could learn. Oh, thank you. Are the people like you in the industry that we can employ for social media marketing? Ha! That was me until I started working with the KellyZtilowGroup. So I would recommend reaching out to Story and then talking to Story. Danielle can put in the comments what it is, but it's inexpensive to get like 5 short form videos, fully edited, high quality editing for, you know, within Story. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. We'll watch. I'll come back to the comments, but I'm going to go ahead and share my phone now. So let's go here. I'm going to add here. Okay. So here's me on my Mac. So let me figure out how to share my phone now. Okay, so I'm going to go present, share screen, share screen. I'm going to share my entire screen here, share. All right, and then here's my phone. And then I'm going to take me off, remove, add to stage, phone, and then whole phone. Okay, so this is, I have to show you on my phone versus my computer because because you have to edit your videos. You can't edit your reels on a desktop. Now, you can edit and post TikTok videos on a desktop, but I'm not going to show you that today. I'm just going to kind of show you a little bit of a kind of an overview, right? So if we go, I'm gonna hop into Instagram first, right? So here's my Instagram. Here's me. If you want to follow me, I'm at Nikki Marketing, Nikkie Marketing. So here's me. And then if we're going to make a reel, we can go to the top. Let's see, my mouse will work. Yep, this top plus sign in the top right-hand corner. And then we go and we choose what we want to do, right? So the top thing is a reel, and I'm going to go into this Reels platform. And you can either upload a video that you already have in your camera roll, or you can make a video in the app like this. So, and here's me. It's delayed, so it's weird. But here's the video, and then you have like this toolbar right here, right? So you can choose the audio now. I don't like doing the audio this way, so I'm just going to exit out of it real quick. So you can't see You can't really see it because StreamYard is sharing my screen, but right here in the bottom right-hand corner, that's your Reels tab that you're going to see at your Reels Explore tab. So this is where you're going to go and see Reels from people you're not currently following. So Kayla, specifically, you see this little arrow at the bottom left-hand part of the screen? This audio, that's the audio, and that arrow that's pointing upward, that means that audio is trending. So if I scroll through this, that's a trending audio. That one's an ad. Trending audio, not a trending audio. Trending audio, trending audio. Do you get the point here? When I say the sound selection matters, all that's being put in front of me is trending audios and ads. So 90% of the time, a trending audio is going to help the performance of your video. So that's why I say to use trending audios with your videos. Now, I'm going to click on the arrow next to the trending audio, and it's going to tell me how many videos have been used. I have a rule. I will not use, this is my rule. I will not use a trending audio over 10,000 uses, because if I'm using a trending audio that's less than 10,000, I'm more likely to show up on this page. And so this is just another area where your reels will go that your posts won't go to increase your exposure. And then I can take this a step further, and I can click right here where it says trending. I can click right here, and then it will tell me the top 50 trending audios and then how many videos have been used by them. So some of them are below 10,000, some of them are above 10,000, some of them are explicit. Just this one says the F word right away. Both of them do, actually. So just, be mindful of the language. But yeah, that's how you're going to find some trending audios to use for your videos. So, and then I can also do, again, I'm going to hit the plus sign in the top right-hand corner, or there's a plus sign here in the bottom middle. There's several ways that you can make a reel. And then it's going to take me again back to that page. And then where it says trending right in the top middle here is also where it's going to tell me the top 50 trending audio. So there's several places where you can find trending audio to use. So for the purpose of this, I'm just going to film myself just doing something real quick. And then I'll talk about the toolbar here. So you have your sound selection, and then you have your effects. That's like the green screen. So let me back up for a second. I want to look at you. Okay. Everyone's reel page may look different. Yours might not look like mine. And that's a thing that I have a problem with Instagram, is everybody gets different updates at different times. So this is what mine looks like. Yours will look similar. You may have upgrades that I don't have, and I may have upgrades that you don't have. So I have a green screen right here. If you don't have that button, we're going to go to effects right here. And then I have green screen again because I use it often, but I'm going to click on this small magnifying glass in that top left-hand corner here. And then I'm going to type in green screen. And then it's going to show up. It's going to be that first one. And I want to make something known. See how it says green screen by Instagram right there? I want Instagram filters because I know I'm not going to get hacked. 100,000 people every day get their social media accounts hacked. So I want safe filters like this one made by Instagram. So then I'm just going to click my face. So I go full screen. And then it's going to say change background. And then it's going to go directly to my camera roll. And then I can either choose like scenes. Those are lame. So I'm going to go to my camera roll. And this is where I could enter like how we have a lender paid buy down rate buster program that's brand new, or your title professional. Like if you're working with Chicago Title, who we work a lot with, they can provide you some type of marketing flyer that you can, do. So I'm just going to find and you can do photos or videos. So like here, Kelly was on this podcast. So let's pretend I'm Kelly. And then I can pinch myself to make myself smaller. I can pinch myself with my fingers. I can move myself anywhere on the screen. And then I can do something like this, and I can start my video and I can say, hey guys, I wanted to let you know that I was on the Red X podcast last Wednesday, and you can click the link below to listen to it. You know, whatever the message type is, right? But that's my background, so you don't see these open windows behind me. And then I can, that's my video or whatever. I can replace it, right? I can go, next. As long as you can't hear that on your end, you shouldn't be able to hear it, right? But now, let's just pretend here's my video, and I want to make sure. Then you have a new set of tools at the top. Let me do my mouse so I can point to you. So we have our music selection, more effects. This is our stickers tab, and this is where we add text. Okay. So like if I wanted to add captions to my video, I'm going to press my stickers tab because that's where my captions are going to be. And it's going to transcribe my audio, and I'm going to have, I don't like this. It takes up too much room, but you can see, oh, no, you can't see. Let me move. Okay. Now you can see at the bottom here, all these different styles of captions that I can do, right? So you're pretty limited, and I can add like our branding colors, so it aligns with, our brand or whatever. And then I can, it'll transcribe what we're saying. Now I speak fast again, so sometimes it will jumble my words together or use an incorrect word. All I have to do is click on the captions, and then it lets me edit them if there was something incorrect. Like Nikki, captions won't spell Nikki, Nikkie. So I have to go in and correct my name on there and stuff. And then you just hit done, and that's it. And then let's just say I wanted to save this and post this to other platforms. I'm going to click this button right here, this download button, and then it saves directly to my device with no watermark. And then I can add finishing touches like a trending audio and stuff like that. So let's go back and let's start from the beginning here, because that was just one example of like a green screen, right? So back to this. We have all of these different things. You're not going to use a whole bunch of them, but like let's pretend we have our phone is on a tripod. This phone is not on a tripod right now, but let's pretend I have my phone on a tripod and I've stepped back. I can add gesture control to where I put my phone on a tripod and I do something like this, and then it will count down, and then I can start my video right from here, and the phone timer, at the timer up top, it lets me know, and I'm looking directly in the lens, making eye contact. I'm never looking at myself in the camera. Eye contact, always looking in the lens, just best practice. All right. So then there's, video like that. One best practice that I want to make known right here, where is it? All right. Well, now I switched the sides. Okay, so sorry. Right here where it says length, if you make a video in Instagram, like how I've been doing here, you're not uploading something, you're going to make one in Instagram, set this timer to 90 seconds, because if it defaults to 15 seconds and your message is going to be 20 seconds, 30 seconds, it's going to cut off and you're going to have to start it all over again. So best practice is always set this length to the longest duration. So even if your message is 20 seconds, you're never going to get cut off, right? So that's kind of an overview of Reels, add trending audio, add captions. Let's do text. Let's add some text. Let's do a reel, and let's go, here's a video that I just did yesterday about goal setting. So here, these captions that I have on this video, this is from the Captions app. So see how they're bold, they add the emojis, they add the little GIFs to it. That's on the Captions app. That's why I love captions, because they create dynamic, cool, trendy captions. So I'm just going to hit next. And then I'm going to go here where it has the capital A, lowercase a, and I'm going to add some text. This is another big question that I get asked. Let's do goal setting advice. Again, you have like a lot of colors to choose from. I like this pink. You have a lot of different fonts to choose from. My best practice with fonts is that is not easy to read. This is not easy to read. I like a sans serif font. It is accessible. People don't have trouble reading big, bold sans serif font. So that's the one that I always choose. I find cursive or typewriter or serif is a little bit harder to use. So I'm going to hit done. And I'm a person that writes everything that I want to write in text all in one screen, and then I time it later. So goal setting advice, write out everything you want to accomplish. Okay. Circle the most important one. And I'm going fast because I already know what the video is about. Oops. Write out action items to accomplish that one goal. All right, let's just pretend this is all the text that I'm going to do. All right, so here's my text. Okay, so see how up here it tells me I'm in the yellow? That means the text is out of frame, and you can see where it just so there's the highest that I can go in order for the text not to get cut off. And then here's the lowest that I can go in order for the text not to get cut off. And see how you can see the heart, the comments, the share, you know, my audio, my caption and stuff. That's showing you how the viewer is going to see your video. So I'm going to shrink that a little bit. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to time or set the duration for each of these text pieces. So I'm going to click edit video in the bottom left-hand corner. Now, I don't like this. This is not my favorite part about Instagram. And this is actually really, really annoying and can frustrate a lot of people. Yes, the recording that is happening right now, it's still recording. It's just, it's still recording, yes. All right, so edit video, and then all the text boxes are taking up the entirety of the video, right? So I have to hit each text box individually and slide my finger to time the duration of them. It's not easy. It's not user-friendly. I do not like it. So I have to time it along with my video. Goal setting advice. Okay, and then I'm going to stop it right there. And then write out everything you want to accomplish. I'm going to start it like that. Okay. And then right when I circle, I'm going to edit that. So then again, I have to slide all the way over. Sorry about that. Okay, and then I'm going to do circle the most important one, and I'm just sliding my finger. So yes, it's easy, but it's not super user friendly because you got to keep going all the way back. So circle, okay, and then all right, there. Let's just pretend that's it. All right, and then I'm going to click back on the screen, and then I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to adjust my text where I want it to go. So I can, every time it pops up, let me slide it back to the beginning here. So goal setting advice, I'm not blocking my face. I'm not going too high. Okay, great. I chose the longer video. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so then I'm going to I don't want it to block anything. So I'm just going to kind of go at the highest I can. And I'm just sliding my finger to adjust it. I've already timed the text, and now I'm taking my finger to slide it up. All right. Circle. Yeah. And then that. So then now I've put my text everywhere that I want them to go. So there's me adding some finishing touches on there, right? And then I can hit next, and then it takes me to this screen where I'm going to write my caption. And then see down here how it says share to Facebook. sharing as Nikki Buyer Soto. That's my personal Facebook page, and I have my Instagram and Facebook linked. So my reels, posts, stories can all go to my other to my Facebook without me needing to upload twice. So that's what you want to make sure that you have as well. You want to make sure your accounts are linked in your account center. So when you post a story, when you post a post, when you post a reel or a video, that it automatically goes over to your other platform. Now, a while ago, I'm talking like 2016, 2017, it was a no-no to do this. But now, since they released the umbrella of Meta and the Account Center and Meta Business Suite, it's all under one roof to where it's only going to help you. It will not hurt you. So make sure these pieces are linked for easy posting for you. Okay. So that's an overview of Reels there. So let's talk about something important that I want to talk about is the repurposing of content, right? Like I said, Kelly posts long form YouTube videos, and we'll make our own Reels, but we break up a lot of that long form videos into short form videos to put on her social media. So I'm going to go to InShot. This is what it looks like right here. It's this pinky gradient color with like a little camera. I'm going to go to InShot. And then I'm going to hit this video button right here to make a new video project. And then all the videos that I've ever done kind of get saved in there, but I'm going to go new, and it's going to go directly to my camera roll. So let's go to a longer form of video that Kelly has done that has not been edited. Okay, so this one right here, it might take a second to, oh wait, no, it didn't. Okay, so see how it's a horizontal video, right? So I'm gonna go, my toolbar is down here. So I'm gonna, right here where it says canvas, I need to make it sized appropriately because I do nothing but reels in here. So it's properly sized for a vertical video, but I'm not doing that, I'm doing horizontal video. So I have to go size it appropriately. So canvas and 16 -9 is the proper size for a YouTube video. And you can even see the little YouTube emblem. You can see 9/16 is the Instagram and TikTok for the, the proper size. So it tells you the proper sizes. Anyway, I'm going to hit OK. And then I'm going to kind of edit these. Now, this is just raw. You know what I mean? We haven't done anything with this. So let's just pretend I'm going in and I'm going to edit this for this. Let's just pretend. How does your phone not run out with storage? Okay, so I bought a terabyte of storage. So this phone, I have the iPhone 14 Pro Max with a terabyte of storage. It was $1,600, but it's the only way that my phone does not run out of space because I used to do 100 videos a week. I was editing videos. I mean, I have my own organized chaos, so to say. So let's just pretend this is an edited video. So I'm gonna use my tools here. I'm gonna split the clip and I'm just gonna delete this other clip. I'm going really fast here now. I'll slow down in a second. I'm just gonna show an example really quick of where pretending this video is edited. And this is our video that's coming out tomorrow about the student loan debt that's coming out of forbearance. So I'm just gonna split this real quick, and this is what we have to work with, right? So it'll tell me how much time is at the bottom, which you can't see because that little pop-up's there. But this is a 20-second clip right here that I'm gonna work with. So, oops, I took a screenshot accidentally. All right, so I'm gonna go back to this canvas, and I'm working with a horizontal video. And the whole reason I'm showing this to you is I'm taking and I'm repurposing content that we already have, that we've already shot. We're shooting horizontal videos for YouTube, and we're gonna break them up and repurpose them into short form videos. So I need to make the camera canvas fit short form. So I'm going back to canvas, and I'm gonna size this to 9/16. So you can see all that black space on top and on bottom. I don't like that. I need the video needs to take up the entire screen. if you have black space on the top and bottom of your video, the video on social media is not going to perform well. So I'm just going to hit this zoom button in the middle of the screen here, which you can't see now, but it's in the bottom middle of the screen. And I'm going to zoom Kelly all the way in so she takes up the whole screen. So that's how I'm going to repurpose her long form into short form. And I'm going to break it up. Obviously, it has to fit within a minute and a half. And then I can see, you know what I mean? Although she's close, she's not too close. So we stand far enough away when we make our YouTube videos that we can always zoom in when we edit them, but we stand far enough away so that when I do edit them for short form, I can zoom in all the way, and it's not just gonna be like, you know, sorry, Kelly, I don't mean to do this for you, but it's not like this, right? It's proportionate. It's nice and proportionate. And then she's centered, and maybe her hands get cut off a little bit, but really it's her face and that she takes up the entire screen. It's very eye-catching, and the video is going to perform better because it takes up the entire screen. It takes up all that real estate, right? So that's kind of how I will repurpose them, like something like InShot. Like that's very easy to do, to just press 2 buttons, right? You upload your video and you change the canvas size, right? That's very user-friendly. You guys can do that, right? And so then Kelly doesn't have a lot of dead space here, but if there was, then all I do is kind of just go through split, and then I find the dead space, and then I split again, and then I select the dead space right here, and then I delete it, right? And then Shay, my boss, she has a phobia. It's called a flicker cut. She doesn't like when it jumps like this. I don't mind it, but Shay doesn't like it. So see how Kelly jumped and it wasn't a smooth transition? Like that. So what we do is we then we'll split it at a different area, and then we'll select it, and then I'll go back to the canvas button and I'll do a little zoom in, zoom out effect to make an easier transition to where it doesn't look so choppy. And it puts a little heavier emphasis on, you know, if we needed like a buzzword, like if we were talking about, here's what you need to know when it comes to a home loan. Maybe I want to zoom in that so it's pattern interruption and it's more eye-catching, and it piques people's curiosity, just like buzzwords and bold words, right? We can do that same effect with video. All right, does this make sense for those that are still on? Does these kind of effects and filters kind of make sense to just enhance the video, right? If you can do it in one shot, wonderful. Good for you, but my 4 years of experience with helping people is like 1% of people can do it in one shot. So this is kind of how I would do it. If I was completing one thought at a time, I would just split and then split the dead space, delete it, and then maybe add some sort of zoom in, zoom out effect this way. Or even I can go see these little white spots at the very bottom where those little cut marks are. I can click those and create a transition. Whoops. So I can click those, and then these transitions pop up, and then I can choose like a nice easy one, like a dissolve. So then it transitions a little bit smoother. This is very effective, like with property tours. When you're doing property tours and you don't want like dead wall, like that long wall, and you just kind of want to go from room to room, something like adding a transition like that can make the property tour more visually appealing and something like that. So that's InShot. I love InShot. It's very user-friendly like that. I mean, you can add, okay, let me go back and say what I did. So let's say there's no captions on this, right? So I'm going to go to the captions app and I'm going to upload captions. But if you don't want to and you want things for free, I commend you. I'm going to hit like this sticker button right here, where it says sticker. And then I can either add text, I can add like a sticker from Jiffy, or I can add these captions right here in the bottom middle of the screen. So I'm going to click captions, and then I can hit start, and then it's going to load, and then it's going to dictate what Kelly is saying, and then I'll have full editing capability and stuff like that. So it might take a second. Let's see how long it takes. I don't want to be taking up too much more of your time. Like I said, I mean, this class can go longer than 2 hours, but if you have you used Capwing? That's what I've done, and I think it's pretty easy. No, I haven't. I haven't experimented. Once I find something that I like, I don't typically go beyond that. But I know things like Ripple or Impressa, like they have little templates that you can use. Those can be cute to add like little photos to make a cuter type of video and stuff. What I'm showing now is more like educational talking videos and stuff like that. But you can, there are many, many, many forms. And because I'm streaming from 3 different devices right now, that's probably why it's taking a long time. But what happens is it typically, transcribes the audio, and then it will put like a little text bubble up here above like Kelly's video. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so here we go. So then we go like this. This is kind of what it will default to. And then we have to like double click it. And then we can edit the text, add proper capitalization. But then we can also adjust the look of it, the font. There's different fonts to choose from. There's different color schemes to choose from and that type of stuff. So for something free, this is awesome. And then CapCut, it does the exact same thing. So, and then like captions, I'll show you captions real quick. Here's the app captions. Let's just do the video that I had already done. It takes a second. It always takes a second, right? It's always using all this data, and it takes up so much room. So it takes a while. While I'm waiting for it to load, any other questions? I have 11 of you on now, including people that I work with. Thank you, friends, for sticking on. But is there something specific that you might want to see? Something that you've wanted to know how to do? Something that you've wondered about? Some type of information that you've heard that you want to get clarification on? Anything like that? I know when we're on the StreamYard, you can't. I can't hear you. It's not like Zoom where you can pop up and talk. So I have to type your words, but that's okay. All right, so here's this is already like the chosen kind that I've done, so that's why it auto populates. But I can go into style, and then I can edit, and then I can choose different styles, different spaces. I can it gets a little advanced, I'm not gonna lie. Let's go back here. There's so many different buttons that it does, but I can go and I can choose a different style. The eye contact is one that I've had to use. Like I said, I don't make eye contact. Oh, you can't really see it on the bottom there. Anyway, there's all these things. They have AI everything. AI add emojis, AI add GIFs, AI, if you're not looking at the camera, it has AI eye contact, so it'll make your eyes look at the camera. It's wild. But yeah, you can choose your style and your format and find a style that better suits you. And you can go through and correct any words. It's pretty good. You won't really find, for $8 a month, it better not make me do capitalization and punctuation very much. It's pretty good. And you can adjust the colors too. So like we have the KellyZtilowGroup branding colors on here, in the bottom and stuff. So that stuff is easily accessible. It just cuts down the time of it and stuff. So the last thing that I'm going to show you, this part we said to get the recording. Yes, Donna, you're going to get the recording of this. Donna, also, if you have any questions too, if you want to know how something works or want to see something specific, let me know. Susan, have you used video tool in Canva? I haven't, but wondered if it's good. Okay, I use Canva video often. I don't think it's user-friendly. I don't feel that it's very user-friendly. It's hard to split clips. It's hard to, like if you were going to add multiple slides, I like it for templates. My short answer is it has some good templates. So if we go to since I have my entire screen on here, let's go to Canva and let's go to make a video. And then I'm going to do like a short form video. So I usually just go to TikTok video. So here's TikTok video. And I like the templates that are in it. So if I go to like design and I can look at all these templates, but I can do something like open house. I can type in open house. and it'll show me some real estate related templates that I can just plug and go, right? So I can make my open house video look a little cuter with an already made template versus trying to make my own. So it'll shave off time with things like that. But if I'm making a video raw from scratch, I do not like Canva for it. I just like the templates piece. Something that we haven't really gone over TikTok. Do we have TikTok users on here? Are there people that do use TikTok? Do you want to know TikTok? All right, well, okay. Thanks, Maddie. Okay, so if I go to TikTok, oh gosh, here's my TikTok right here, right? And then I can, I'm just gonna pause it here. So you have following, friends, and For You. So the For You page is usually videos that TikTok has put in front of you that they feel you would be interested in. Again, very smart algorithms. If you watch one video, like this is like a true crime show. Oh, actually it's an ad. But usually I'm looking at Disney stuff. So I'll see some Canva stuff come up, some Disney stuff come up, stuff like that. Anyway, I can go here to the plus sign at the bottom, and then I can do the same thing. It's the same exact thing that's Reels. They're just in different spots. So I can go down here to upload from my camera roll. The same thing that I did, I can upload a video, or I can just shoot one, like this. Now, TikTok, you have the ability to do 10-minute TikToks. Instagram, it's coming. It's just not there yet. I've never watched a 10-minute TikTok. I've never watched a 10-minute video. I'm not going to never say never, but typically I'll watch like a 3-minute video or less. But anyway, same thing. You just press the record button. You say whatever you're going to say, blah, blah, blah. And then you hit the check mark, and then you can do the same exact thing. You can add stickers. You can add captions. Same exact thing. It's a very, very similar interface that I won't spend too much time on. And yeah, Maddie, you and I can talk separately if you do want to know, because I'm dwindling now on people. So I'm just going to I'm going to wrap this up now. Let me stop my screen. So that's really kind of an overview of repurposing content, using long form and creating short form, saving short form or making short form in outside apps to then be able to just organically upload. So like I will post my reel and I'll just copy the caption, and then I'll just go over to TikTok, and then I'll just paste the caption. I'll add a trending audio, stuff like that. So you guys get the recording, you get the presentation, everything like that. And then you can let Danielle know, Kelly know, whatever. And and then, we can go from there. This probably won't be the first time. This probably won't be the last time, excuse me, that we'll have this class. So if you found this useful, let Kelly and Danielle know, and we'll put it back on the books. And thanks everybody for joining, and thanks for sticking with me longer than the time. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye. Thanks, Danielle.